Hey, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to talk to you about the 3 most important things that you need to understand to perfect the art of accelerating for field sports. This video is going to be perfect if you play sports like American football, rugby, hockey, soccer, you name it. Those sports need this. Now the thing is here, acceleration is a fundamental premise of all field sports. Think of any game that you play and you will understand that everything happens in quite close quarters for most time, and getting up to speed as quick as possible is the most important thing that you are able to do. Every game-breaking thing happens as a product of acceleration and is finished with top speed, but that's for another video. So today I'm going to break down acceleration into these 3 main key areas, and I've provided a report for you that if you comment acceleration, then I'll send it directly to you so you can take the notes from today's video and apply them straight away. So the first thing is understanding acceleration. I work with so many athletes that don't really understand how it is created, and it's founded in Newtonian physics. And the second law of motion is acceleration, it's force, and that is F equals ma, which equals force, which we need a lot of in acceleration, is equal to mass times acceleration. Okay, and that's really important, because when we rework this equation, okay, we are looking for what A is, okay, and A is acceleration, and what that is a change in velocity, okay, change in velocity divided by time that it takes. So for example, as you'll know, like a 0 to 10 meter, okay, there's going to be a change in the speed as we run through a 10 meter time, okay, and there's going to be a change in time, and that's going to give us our net acceleration. All right, so that's really important to understand, because it's not quite what we think, just running from point A to point B as fast as possible. There's mechanical breakdown and working which actually makes life easier for us, which is awesome. So how do we build this? How do we change velocity really quick? And that's from static to going as fast as possible. How do we do that? So number 1, okay, is developing starting strength. And that, okay, is exactly what it says on the tin. Going from static positions to really fast as possible. Now let me think, if you're a coach, S&C coach, or you're a player, you probably spend a lot of time just lifting heavy and grinding weights and pushing through at slow speed, expecting that change in strength is going to have a positive transfer to our change in acceleration. And it doesn't, it's actually quite the opposite. What we need to start using is lighter loads from static positions and exploding very fast, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'll include a couple of links to those types of videos in here somewhere and you'll be able to see. But I like to use what we'd see like squats off pins, for example, of gym exercises, or step ups. But then there's also one real specific for acceleration, which is a kneeling wall shoot, okay? And if we're on the ground here, what we're trying to do is get our center of mass. So we're going to be kneeling like this, our center of mass, and throw it at the wall and catch our body out in this position again. And that's really good for a most specific acceleration exercise. And that's linked in the report that you can comment acceleration, and I'll send you a copy. I'll give you the link of which you can go and get a copy, and I'll outline those exercises in that for you there. And now the second one is pre-tension. Okay, the next rule is pre-tension, okay? Now think about it. You're on the field or you're trying to coach and you're trying to move as fast as possible. You're trying to accelerate, and then all of a sudden it's like nice and tight. You tighten up. That is not going to allow you to run as fast as possible, because here's a tip for you. Being fast is all about being loose and maintaining looseness and suppleness in your stride whilst trying to increase speed. If we start to tighten up, think about it, you do it right now, just squeeze. You can't move, and we need to move. Fluidity creates velocity, so always remember that. So what I need my athletes to do is understand, especially some of my American footballers when they're running their receiver routes or they're in stance, is to pre-tense, learn how to put tension into the body to which I can explode forward or any direction as fast as possible. And that's a skill. And one of the ways is that I teach that through wall drill variations, really similar to this one. What I want is I want my athletes hands on the wall, okay? We've got a slight knee bend, okay? And what we're trying to do is push the ground away and push into to move the hips forward into that space. And just a little 5-second push is going to help really start to develop pre-tension. And once that's learned, we can then take it out into the new skills and put it onto the field in different exercises. And it kind of works as well with the kneeling wall shoot, because really when we're training acceleration, we don't want to be doing too much gym work. We actually want to be doing things that are most specific. Okay. And then the last one, number 3, and probably one of the most important parts, and the mistake I see a lot of athletes make, okay, and we'll just call this push with your bum. All right. Now, when we think about acceleration and running fast, we always think about the feet, but it's all a product of our hips, okay? So what typically happens, okay, is when we've got our athlete running, and excuse my doodles, if you're new to this channel, you'll not know these yet, but we do lots of these doodles. The goal is this whole posterior chain here, we're trying to get to go there, okay? Now, what a lot of athletes that try to run fast do is they lift up with their shoulders, okay? Now, if you do this in your chair while you're watching, lift up with your shoulders, you can feel your lower back just start to work. So then if our lower back kicks off, then our glutes can't do what we need them to do for our hamstrings to do what they need them to do. So to unfold, okay, so think of that, for every step, what we're trying to do is start to see that sort of position, that unfolding. We're using those glutes to push our hips into the space and upwards to get ourselves into upright running mechanics. So those are going to be the 3 real big things that you can start to use and start applying straight away. And like I said, if you comment acceleration in this video, then I'll send you a link and you'll be able to see all the exercises and know how to use them in a report, so you can just plug and play straight away, get out to the field and start using them. And if you do like what you've seen here, make sure you check out the next video. There's some exercise demonstrations and bits and bobs for you to really whet your appetite and become a speed freak. So for now, I'm Sam Portland. Stay tuned for the next video.